Oh, well, it looks like our next contestant on Sickening Drag Performances is getting ready to come and join us. Thank you so much for everyone for keeking with this little intro. It looks like we are going to have a wonderful special guest, and I cannot wait to introduce this gorgeous, absolutely most talented person in the entire I want to say like drag race community. Like there is a lot of talented people, but this person has been representing representing Hunty. Like they've been representing the community and doing all of the footwork and being in all of the I'm not gonna spoil anything, but they've been in some TV shows, in some like TV specials other than Drag Race, and they just have been, keeping active in the community and doing so much good for, the people who fall under the LGBTQ categories. And it's gonna be a really fun interview where we are kikiing and doing all this fun stuff. They are just such an inspiration, and I just really wanted to have someone on the thing. So without further ado, let's welcome Miss Jiggly Caliente. Please, everybody, give a warm welcome. Hello,
Hi.
Miss Thing. How are you, bitch? You look so good. You got that
Thank
good hair.
you. Good. How are you guys?
Oh, we are just kind of going a little insane.
Same.
Girl, like I was
Same.
just watching you and Miss Heidi. Girl, Miss Heidi comes from where I come from. I'm Reid, by the way. Hello. I think we met
Hi.
a couple of times, super briefly.
I think we met
Um,
at PG.
we met. So I can count on my fingers. So we met a couple of times at Industry for
Yes.
Queen. I
Mhm.
filmed you a couple times for that, and then we also I met you in Miss Mercedes. It was at
Formerly I met
DragCon.
you at PEG. That I do remember.
Okay. Which was that an event?
No, it was like, I think you went there for a meeting.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, work. Yes.
So, and I was staying at the office. So that's how I ended up running into you.
Yes, 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 exactly. Okay, well, cool. So it's so good to see you here. Good. So how are you? Like, obviously you look fabulous. But yeah,
Thank
how are
you.
you?
I feel like I'm gaining all the weight that I have lost.
Girl, same. Same, literally same.
So I'm just like, oh, motherfucker.
You know
But
what?
I
Like
mean,
my
like,
fast food intake has gone like off the cliff,
it's
but
also
like
now what? Like, this is, I think we've done a full, I definitely have been in a full month of like quarantine, or no, actually not month. I did
social
20,
distancing.
yeah, like
Yeah,
of just like not being out and stuff. Like, the only
that's
time I go
crazy.
out is if I need to go get like groceries and stuff. That's
Yeah.
about as far as I've gone going out.
Literally, like I
So.
signed up for a service called Instacart. It's like Uber Eats, but just for groceries. And I've just been like, I don't want to go out at all. So I just like haven't done it
So
yet.
yeah, I would do that, but I'm also like, I've seen my friends do Instacart and they don't exactly get what they want. And considering how crazy it is now, like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't trust anyone. Let me just get it myself.
Yes. Like, who do you want around your food? That kind of, like,
Yeah.
especially with all the stuff
Like
going
for
on.
me, like I tell my brother, like, so me and my brother live together here in New York, so it's
Right.
not so bad. But like I tell my brother, I'm like, look, if one of us is going out, it's just gonna be me, because I'm not gonna
Right.
be both of us going out. It's just like no.
Right. You can't have two
The,
people getting, at the same
the
time.
chances of like us getting it is, yeah, no. Let me just do it. But and
Right.
plus, I do all most of the cooking in the house anyway, so it's not too
Okay.
bad.
Work. Okay.
So
That's
yeah,
a good key. So, besides here on Instagram, you do cameos, right?
yeah, that is
So
like,
where
well,
where can
actually,
they
so
find
like,
you? Facebook
so I
or
don't like
what?
doing cameo thing anymore, because it's like Cameo takes a cut, and I'm just like, look, there's too many people taking a cut out of my money. Let me just do it
Right.
myself. But and then also it's like my prices on Cameo are crazy. Well, I feel like they're crazy, but like at least when I do it, like when I do a thing here, like considering the
Now, are we
time that
talking
we're
like
in
Miss
now,
Fame crazy, or are we talking like, current season crazy? I'm just curious, girl, because
mine is only 75.
okay, okay, so that's cute.
That's not like, I feel like it's like because I'm such like an older season, like it's
Right.
crazy, but I'm just like, look, all these other like all the housewives and all the other, I'm like, look, all the reality stars are their numbers are like in the hundreds, so I can
Right.
mine is cool.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me
Plus, you
just
got to get all up in phase. You got to do all that work.
yeah, well, cause like as much as like if I'm doing it, they want to see Jiggly, they don't want to see Bianca.
Right.
So if I'm doing it, I'm doing the full on like
Yeah.
regalia. But if it's just yeah, that's why I charge the way I do because it's like at least here, like if I do it
How
on
is the
my
booking? Like, straight
I
up.
did the
Like,
thing on Instagram where it's like, look, so I'll do a special here on Instagram, it's $20, send it on my Cash App, send it on my PayPal,
right.
and at least all that goes to me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. 100%.
like and for it's a shit ton cheaper. Plus considering everything that's going on right now,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like I'm not going crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, look,
So, keeping
I always
that in
tell
mind,
like
like, what have you been doing to keep busy? Or have you been doing like a lot of virtual shows, just a couple here and there, like
I
going out
did
for
one virtual
walks
show and it was the thing is like I being in an apartment and
in New York
I don't live in
City?
like yeah, in New York City. So the apartment is small as it is. On top of that, I have like neighbors downstairs and upstairs. So I can't really blast music
Right.
at
Mm-hmm.
like 10 o'clock
Can't
at
give them the full
night.
fantasy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like as much as I would love
A lot
to,
of these
it's
are on
like
the Pacific Coast too, so it's like a 9 p.m. show is like midnight.
yeah, so I can't do that. On top of that, like it feels weird. Like even when I did the digital drag fest, it just felt so awkward trying to like interact. Like it's different when
Yeah.
I'm like live streaming like this where I could read it, but like in a situation where I'm far away from from the camera and the laptop, it's like I can't
Right.
see it. I can't read the comments. And since we're
Exactly.
supposed to be like social distancing, it's not like I can have somebody read the stuff for me. And like
Right.
yeah,
Hmm.
much as I
Okay.
would love to.
So, I just a couple of weeks ago finished binging Pose, which is a TV show that you are
Season one
featured
or two?
on. Just a
Season one
little
or two?
bit. I finished season one.
Uh-huh.
No, but you are making a little cameos in there as well. So I actually one of my specialties is lighting design for theater, and also I have been known to work behind the scenes in the film world a little bit as
Uh-huh.
well. So I'm curious, never have been on a set of like an LA TV show or like an actual TV show. What
The
the
show is
difference
filmed here
is.
in New York.
Yeah, so my question is like, what is the difference between shooting a reality show versus like a scripted like drama or, other TV show? Like, how would you say, since you're from the talent's perspective, like
Yeah.
you're being like an actor,
So,
how's the filming process different?
okay, one, so what you see on the paper is most likely going to be on screen.
Okay,
Not, I said all this, and this, and this, and they are going to pick and choose what you say, and that's
right,
what's going to air. So my character already is a bitchy, mouthy girl on, Veronica is a bitchy, mouthy
right.
girl.
Uh-huh.
So, and she's fashionable, she's a seamstress. Catch the
Period.
irony. And
Period.
so she's that girl.
Okay.
Now, Jiggly being portrayed on a reality show, it was a lot different.
No, I'm
So as
just more
much as
concerned about the
the
technicalities of how it actually works than like any sort of
yeah, like
content
I
related
get it.
question.
Like I don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about my edit. Actually, I'm very happy that my edit was my edit because there was a lot of things that I said that could have probably gotten me in more trouble
Right, of course,
because
for
like
anybody.
I'm just filming when I went to do Drag Race, I didn't think and at the time I didn't think of cancel culture or any
Yeah,
of
why would
like
you?
I didn't think of like the hate I would get for saying things like sharing opinions.
Yeah,
So like, even if it was like the prime example was when I said I wouldn't do Kai Kai and that two drag queens dating was disgusting. Like, it was a poor taste of like words,
Right.
but the fact that the fandom spun it around and still spin it around to where I just hate drag queens dating, and I'm like, that it wasn't, I just didn't express myself properly.
Right. It was just the
You
choice
know,
of words that happened to
yeah,
be in
and
that
considering
moment.
the fact, like, when like I explained it to Sharon later that night, she completely got it. Like, because
Right.
I am trans and I'm like, so I'm not really gonna want to date a feminine man. I
It's
want to
coming from a
date,
different experience, a
yeah,
human
like I would
experience.
date,
Yeah.
for me, I would date, I like, as a girl, I date men, straight men.
Right.
So when I explained it to Sharon, she understood it. But I couldn't explain it that way on screen.
To
And
millions
even if
of
we did,
people, like,
yeah, and on top of that, like Sharon confronted me, and I'm just like, I already just got like read for filth
right.
at like at the, what do you call this, at judge at the panel. So I'm like, now this shit. I was like, that was, and I wasn't even talking to
Right.
Sharon.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
it was a private, well, private conversation between me and Madame
Yeah.
that Sharon overheard. And then Sharon brought it up at Untucked. I was like, and it
Bitch.
wasn't even
Yeah.
Sharon brought it up because somebody asked Sharon, how do you feel about what Jiggly said? I was like, wait, what? I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, pearl clutching the house down. Yes.
I was like, oh, great. And then, but then people didn't like, don't put two and like a lot of the fandom don't put two and two together
Right.
that
They
I'm
just
best
jump
friends
to
with Sahara
conclusions.
and Manila, who are, you know, is a Kai Kai couple, like they're a
Right.
queen couple. So like, you know, it's not that I had anything against it. I just wouldn't have done it. And
Right.
then again, poor choice of words. It was really like,
Yeah.
but like the fandom just like, and they still do when they see it. Like the new fans that haven't seen Drag Race or don't know anything about me yet,
Right.
as soon as they see that, they are quick to send me a message, and I'm just like,
You're like, you
ugh.
just now jumping on this train, girl.
I'm like,
Step
bitch,
in
this
line.
it's 9 years. It's been 9 years since it's
Yes.
aired. Now you're saying something to me? I'm like, ugh.
You done filmed other TV shows. You done moved on, girl. You done
Yeah, and
got
like
more
they,
famous.
but the fans, like I feel like in a way, I feel like it's a good thing because at least they're passionate.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, oh, Jesus Christ, here we go
Like this
again.
again. Yeah.
Like, when they re-air my season in another country or whatever, and it's just like, oh shit, here we go. Like I
Oh my
can't
gosh.
complain. Like I don't want to complain, but at the same time, it's like, God damn it.
Do you get like a notification when they do air it in other places? Or like, is it like an
No,
email? They just
I
like
just
do it.
know when the messages come
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
or when
Okay,
they start
so like,
tagging me as shit. Those are my favorite. Those are like, thank God I deleted Twitter because like
yeah.
I was just like,
Twitter's not for me
again,
either.
I don't react properly sometimes because I'm just like, if you get me in a bad mood, you're gonna get
Right.
you're
I'm
gonna get
like,
me.
right.
So like, like if I have a chance to actually like sit and be like and chill out and like, okay, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
but when you get me in that good mood, oh yeah, bitch, I'll come in. And it's not always
so
the best.
so like when they shoot, like taking totally out of account, like I am coming from like a technical curiosity standpoint. So when they shoot um pose, is it like, especially the one scene when they're in the store and you're like judging all of them for having slept with the same dude,
Uh-huh.
Arius, that one scene comes to mind, but there's like so many different angles in that one scene. Did y'all have to do a switch for each time for each of those angles? So that was like a whole day,
Every
right?
time, so they would just switch the cameras. They wouldn't switch us, but they would switch the cameras, and we would just have to do it all over again.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
How does that, so that obviously doesn't compare, that's obviously different from Drag Race because everything
Drag
there is
Race is
so,
one take and that's it.
it's
Except
all
for, wait, no.
ephemeral.
Our runways we do it twice. Once with music and once without.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So when we're not reacting to the judges, that's with the music.
Right.
When you see our reaction sometimes, that's because we heard what the judges are saying. And I'm like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
Yeah, it's
I
like,
mean,
what?
yeah, but it's fun. I actually liked it. It was really cool doing that. But then that and then like the acting scenes in Drag Race, they were like we did a couple of takes. It
Yeah,
wasn't
I
just
noticed
one
that
and done.
because like
But
a
what
lot
they
of
air
times,
is
yeah,
again, you don't choose what they show.
right,
So they'll pick what they feel is your best,
right.
and
It's
that's what
funny
will make it.
because on like especially in the musicals and like all the other stuff, like they'll show like the filming process of like the acting, but a lot of
Mm,
times even for some of the characters that don't do as well, eventually when they show the full product at like on the runway scene, it all
yeah.
looks like semi put together. So it's like
But
you
I
know
also
you're
think
only
that with
getting
those
like
musicals, I feel like they have a longer, like they have more time than what's it's aired. So they
right
make it look like they only have this much time to
like an
rehearse.
hour or
But
something
yeah,
ridiculous.
but in reality, they give them a little bit more time to rehearse so that it looks, because they do want the best product
Right.
possible.
Especially
So
nowadays when, you know, they have
yeah,
a larger audience.
yeah, because the fans are gonna read.
Right.
If it's a shitty thing, they're gonna be like, yeah. But they, for the most part, they want the production value of what they're doing, like the musicals, to be
Right.
at the best possible. So they'll do probably like a couple hours of rehearsal, maybe a day full of rehearsal. 'Cause I remember
Okay.
I remember the girls were telling me that they did their cheerleader thing, and they
Hmm.
had a full day of actual rehearsal.
Damn.
Because that's stunts, like, I mean, they
Yeah,
still
you
got
can't.
hurt,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. So my question for
And they
you.
light the fuck out. Well, I will say this. In Pose, they make sure each and every person is lit well. Like you are at your, mainly during the ball scenes, they wanted us to look like, they want us to look gorgeous. And as best part, like that, the style team, the hair and makeup,
Hmm.
they really want to, they want to be like, um, true to the time
Right.
because
Of
it is
course.
like a period piece. So it's like everything is 90s. So it doesn't like the colors have to be pretty much 90s. All the clothes have to
Right.
be 90s. So that's why my hair is the way it is on that show. But like I like it though, because like I remember when I asked them why am I not like dark raven haired and like
Right.
they're like I remember them telling me that they want Veronica to be a far departure from Jiggly, and I was like, okay, I get it, because
Right.
the fans are gonna see me and they're gonna want to see Jiggly instead of Veronica, and that's why
Right.
they wanted a huge departure from.
I definitely got that.
Yeah, I like it though. I
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
when and when Janet Ma told me that I was gonna be the seamstress, that I make the clothes for the house, I was like, "Are you serious?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "That's
Yes.
ironic." Okay.
Yeah. You're like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
was
God.
like, "Sure." And then I there was a scene that they got cut that I was actually at the sewing machine, like making stuff.
Hmm. Okay.
But
Work. Work. Work.
yeah, it was fun.
So, okay. I wanted to like so obviously now that everybody's stranded at home, we have a whole, the entire drag community almost is now taking their craft online and
Yeah.
doing all these virtual shows. Outside of like you participating in those, how do you think do you think it's gonna have an effect on our industry as a whole as far as maybe tipping culture, maybe performance culture, or anything like that?
I think it's going to change the trajectory of how this industry is going to be. However, I feel like it's still there. I think that there's going to be a demand for this kind of thing, like a digital show.
Okay.
However, when all this is done, I feel like people are still going to want to go to the actual bars and the clubs.
Right.
But now I feel like there's another avenue the girls can do so that, yeah, you may not see me in your city, but guess what? If you watch my show,
Right.
like I'll do a show on Instagram or whatever, and this many people can watch, and you can tip. You just are risking it when the tipping situation, because if they're not paying to see you,
Right.
you're not sure how much money you're gonna make. That's the thing. You could make $5, you could make $0, or you can make $100 or more. But you know, like the gamble is high.
It's higher, yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like I mean, for me personally, what I've seen in some of the shows is that the urge to tip, or like the feeling that you need to tip, is not as present when you're watching a virtual show.
Yeah, because it's not the same. Like when people want to tip you the dollar, or they want to throw it up, it's
not the same experience.
Yeah.
Okay, work.
But you know what I feel like is what's kind of funny about this whole like digital shows and stuff. I feel like it's always the girls that don't really need it that have sold out, and I'm kind of like, well, like y'all want to help the girls that aren't making money, right? Not the girls that are really making money. So I'm like, so I just laugh at it. I'm just like, you know, I mean, people still bought my tickets, so I was fine with that. But I was just like thinking about it, like with all the girls that were selling out their shows. Gilbert, you're an asshole. I do not have Metro PCS, fucker.
No, I don't. I have Verizon. So I'm on.
I have T-Mobile. Gilbert's just being an asshole. Whatever.
Yeah, girl. It's the quarantine. That's what we're gonna blame it on today.
Look, everybody and their mama is on live. Shit.
You know what?
J-Lo's live with like 109,000 people watching her. Shit. Leave me alone.
Oh my god, so rude. Oh my god, disrespect.
That is the one thing I have. Like the quarantine situation is really like, even Hollywood is like on live streams. Like I was watching Kim Kardashian's live stream. Kim Kardashian was on a live stream trying to do her makeup, and her daughter was just like all up in it. It was just like bothering her. I was like, oh my God, she really is a mom. And she's literally telling her, like, she's telling North, can I just do this for 5 minutes, please? Can I just do this for 5 minutes? I was like, yes!
Oh my gosh. So yeah, back to what we were saying about, you know, everybody being live is, you know, all these queens are doing these new shows and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, coming from someone who has, you know, I've met probably close to 2,000 entertainers at this point in my like videography career with this whole Sickening drag performance brand that I've built. And I've seen, you know, also thousands of drag shows. One thing that I've noticed is in all of the local scenes, there's always like the mother to the girls. And, you know, sometimes it's a younger performer, and sometimes it's maybe a performer who's been doing drag for 30 or 40 years. And so my thing is like, these are performers
like
that are going to be
Lady Bunny.
Maybe not them in particular, but like a lot of
those are old bitches.
The experienced queens are.
Lady Bunny was doing drag at the Last Supper. That was her first night in drag.
Okay. I still have not.
And Shaquita Shaquita was doing drag shows at the Underground Railroad. Just saying, they're old.
And
Shaquita was helping out Harriet Tubman, bitch.
Yes. Oh my God. But yeah, like I feel like some of those queens that aren't necessarily in touch with like an online fan base are going to be left behind. Maybe even like it might have a lasting effect on their career, because it's almost like if you weren't already a social media queen, like now's not your time. And it's kind of really difficult because now that all your gigs are canceled, if you don't have the security policy of, you know, having a following, you could just be out of luck. So like, I feel, have you known anybody that this has happened to, that they just don't have the social media?
Not necessarily, because I mean, like, I know one queen was very stubborn about doing a live show. And Shaquita was just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm like, do it. You have to. And she was just like, no, I'm going to leave that for the younger girls. I was like, no, bitch, you should do it. Like, you have an audience and people love your online presence. So I thought that, like a social queen, I was like, you definitely should be one of the queens to do this.
Right.
I wish Lady Bunny would do it. I think it would be super funny. But then Lady
Yeah,
Bunny
because that
might get
scripted
like
shit ain't cute, girl. That,
no, but Lady Bunny might completely get canceled because the shit that she says sometimes, I'm just gonna be like,
girl,
you can't edit that
you
out
tell her.
now. So,
Yeah.
but Shaquita was like, her show was really good, and I
Right.
like. I mean, I feel like, yeah, they definitely should have to like they should try it at least. I feel like mainly the older queens that actually are just like the ones that are on the mic, people want to hear what they have to say. It's not
Right.
necessarily them performing, but it's more about the interaction that they would have to do with the fans. Like,
Right.
you know,
Because
Lady
that's what,
Bunny
like,
has a glass eye. I don't know how she's gonna read this. I think she still has a flip phone. So
Okay.
I don't Lady
Girl.
Bunny has a phone that you have to like ring it and stuff. She's
Oh my God. I cannot. Girl, I was so dead when I saw her on Drag Race. I was like, this is gonna be embarrassing, girl.
who,
um
Bunny?
they were throwing shade at Lady Bunny at her funeral. It was like season 10 or
Oh,
11.
that was everything.
Yeah, that was
God, I
ridiculous.
wish I could do that challenge. Do you know how much fun that would be to
Oh
just
my
beat the
God.
dog shit out of Lady Bunny for fun?
Oh my God. And not get it back?
Yeah, and not hear
Bitch.
nothing back.
So another question. Name a couple of favorite performance costume or like favorite piece of hair that you have that you use to perform in.
Oh, so all my new human hair units are like my babies. So there's
Okay, word.
because when the wind hits them,
It's
it's just so
perfect. It's
pretty.
natural.
Yeah,
It's
it's just like, and plus it's like that's why when I did that show with Holly and she had that fan, I was like, oh, I'm
oh
standing
yeah.
right here,
Bitch,
bitch.
fan me the fuck down,
I
bitch.
was
Yeah.
like, just stand there, just let the hair flow, like oh,
Yeah.
so good. I do love all of my stuff that are like completely rhinestoned. I'm
Oh
like the
yeah.
shinier the better. Those are like my favorite.
Exactly.
I spend a good like chunk of change on like my outfits because it's like I want to sparkle. I just like sparkle
Yeah.
is just so
I
pretty
want to
on
look
stage.
pretty. Like, yeah.
Yeah, sparkling is pretty.
Okay. I've been
No
thinking
matter
about,
what
well,
Kimura
obviously,
said.
yeah. Obviously, Miss Thing has a receding hairline, so I've been thinking about since I'm going to be doing this live thing for a few
Oh,
weeks now. You're my very first one, so
uh-huh.
I was very nervous before I went on today. I was like, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know if we're going to be able to make good conversation, but I've been thinking about Miss Thing. I don't know if you've been
Wait,
seeing,
somebody
but
said something. Hold on one second. I just want to read this. I remember working with you at the Web in New York City. I remember when you killed Nicki Minaj. Oh, work. Oh, damn.
yes, come
Oh,
on,
thank
Miss
you.
Ronald.
Thank
Thank you
you,
for that.
Ronald. That was sweet. And that was a long time ago because he said the Web, bitch.
Oh my gosh. What was the web?
The Web was on 58th Street between Madison and Park. It was right next to Tower Restaurant.
Okay.
It was like a underground club. Like you have to go like downstairs. It was a sub basement
Oh,
club.
so like below Playhouse kind of bar.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah.
Work. Okay. So, back to I was thinking since Miss Thing has a receding hairline, I've been thinking about have you been seeing like I don't know if you have TikTok or anything, but these guys have been coming on here like makeup artists with like full wigs, but it's just like guy wigs. Not like a toupee, but
Oh,
like
like a
a
toupee?
no, not a toupee, like a full on drag wig. I don't know. I want to get one. Those things are
I
cute.
would look if you. I would say this. Anytime girls want to do like anybody wants to do drag, if you're gonna do drag, just do it. Like just do the whole thing.
No,
Hair,
not drag.
titties, padded. Like you might as well do it. Actually, not padding. Maybe not. That part, you like the body part from the
A
neck down, you
scandal.
can do play whatever. But like if you're gonna do it, might as well do it. The big hair, do it.
No, but like
Like
no, I'm talking about these guys are wearing wigs that are cut in a way that a normal man would cut their hair. So like short on the sides and like a little like 4 to 6 inch on top, and then they're like coiffed, or they have like the
Oh.
like it's fully a male wig, but it's not a toupee. Like it's not just the little circle that you put on top. It's like a full ass lace front wig. And I'm like, bitch, where do I get one? Sign me the fuck up. Cause I don't know.
I wouldn't know where to get that, but I'd be like, look, if you might as well, if you got the money for it, do it. But those are probably like human though.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking online.
And no human, like I'll be honest, human hair wigs are not cheap.
I found the human,
unless you find it somewhere. Well, you're not gonna find it now because it's probably from China and you can't.
Yeah.
Nothing's coming in from there.
Exactly. I was looking at like 10-inch, like 8 to 10-inch little 613s that have the lace front, in like the 200% density, and they're like 130. And I was like,
but then what you could do is like if you know anybody who's really good with hair, that's
what I'm saying.
Like
I know like so many queens, like just like send it off.
Yeah, and just send it to them, and then like, well, actually, it's better if they cut it to you, so that it fits your face and the frame of your face better than
I was gonna fully wear the bitch into a nice hair salon and be like, I need this to look this way, bitch. Like,
they could do that. I'm sure they could do that.
Like, that's the best way to do it. I feel like.
I've gone to a hair salon. I'll be honest. I've gone to a hair salon in a unit. And I'm like, actually this one. And they cut it to me instead of like, this originally was like 22 inches. So now she's shorter. Okay. She's like to my boobs. So yeah. So this is more like my everyday kind of like piece. And then I have a few.
Going to the grocery store look.
No, this is me going to like going out. The grocery one is like the bone straight one. That one I call that one Nicole. Oh no, that one is my Pia Wurtzbach. This one is my Nicole. And then I have the Pussycat doll one that's like 30 inches. Yeah, I have a few. I have a few.
You're like, okay, bitch, I know I have my shit.
I got a collection.
Okay. So anything regarding like the infinitely now growing online community of drag, like I will say this, I just had someone follow me today. They had like 2 posts on their Instagram and 19 followers, and they said quarantine drag baby. And I'm like, oh, that's a wake up call.
There's gonna be a few of those.
Girl,
there's gonna be a few babies coming out of this. There's gonna be babies coming out in December because of this. There's going to be drag babies that are coming out because of this. Because they have, I mean, what's stopping you from
maybe I should try drag, but they never do it, and now they have like time.
Now you're like, well, might as well.
Yeah, exactly. So anything you
and
want
there's gonna be that's why there's a surge on OnlyFans now too, with people like everybody is doing everything is now going digital because of this whole situation.
Right.
And I feel like it's kind of a good thing because it can bring people in more who haven't seen us, and mainly like fans who are like, like international fans who don't get to see us live at Mickey's or like at industry. They'll see us at like here where we could do a little performance or something.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I wish I could do it because like I would love to dance and do the numbers like. It was just like it's just not in the space that I'm in. Like I would have to rent out a little studio space to do a live show where it's still all things that I want to do. But since we're in this situation, I can't exactly go to like a dance studio and be like, "Hi, can I rent this little dance studio for like an hour?" No.
Yeah. No. Yeah, and like the studios that you can get that are like nice aren't cheap. Like you can find ones for like $10 an hour. I was looking because every time I come to the city, I'm hauling a lot of equipment. Like I have a bunch of my photography equipment because I'm a workaholic. I'll never miss a chance to do a shoot with a girl who wants to do a shoot. But like some of the studios, like the cheap ones are literally like the little 400 square foot apartments, and they're a room, and you don't have enough room to set up a backdrop, let alone lighting or anything like that. So yeah, I totally get you there.
I mean, well, depends. Like, I feel like you can. Like if you
Yeah.
go to a dance studio, I think you'd be able to do that.
So we just had a question from a fan. Let me see if I
Shoot,
can
shoot.
find their name. They had a question, Michelle, Stay Strong. She wanted to ask you, if you had an opinion on Drag Race UK as the season as a whole, or any of the specific queens, if you have any experiences you'd love to share.
So I love the Drag Race UK girls. So I've worked with Baga,
Okay, she is
and
hilarious. Like the house moves,
hilarious. So
like
I remember when I worked with Baga, they had another queen. Her name was Mary Mack, and she was
uh-huh.
there to to translate for me and for Baga. Because
Okay.
Baga was complaining that my New York accent is so thick she didn't understand me.
Bitch,
And then
where?
I was like, and then I told her, I was like, I don't understand her either. So we're on the same boat, bitch. Um, except for the one thing I said, and I said it under my breath, and then Baga said it out loud for me. Because we were judging Porn Idol, and
Okay.
it's in it's a show where like basically the whoever comes up is a contest and they get down and completely naked.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There was this one guy, and his was so little, and I thought I said it under my breath, and I didn't think anybody heard me, but Baga did, and Baga said it
He's
on
like,
the
it's
mic.
little, eh?
I said, I literally said, oh my God, it's so little, it's like a button. Baga, for some reason, heard me say that and said it, and she said it out loud for me. She
Oh
said,
my
Jiggly
god.
thinks your dick is the size of a button. I said, oh my God.
You're like,
And
I'm
I
gonna walk
felt
away
so
now.
bad. And I felt so bad because it was just like, your initial reaction. I was just like, oh, it's so little.
You can't, right. Oh
Yeah,
my
but that
god.
was fun. They're so much fun. And me and Something Wong are basically twins, like for the face wise.
I didn't say it. Glad you
Even
said it.
But a lot of people, like I remember when she first got announced, she tagged me on a post, and she says, "I'm really sorry that you're going to be bombarded with a lot of tags because of me."
Oh my god.
And I was like, "Hey, I don't mind. I was like, you're a pretty queen. I'm okay with that."
Yeah.
When I met her, I was completely gagged because she's like 6 foot
Oh yeah.
four,
And she looks like a
tall.
toddler.
And then I'm 5'4", so me and her took I'm literally like a foot shorter than she is, and
Hmm.
and she's like, "How are people gonna mistake us?" I go, "I don't know. Like people will still would." I was like, "They mistake me and Jujubee all the time,
Right.
and we don't even paint the same."
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was like, Can they confuse me for plastic? I'd be happy with that.
Oh,
I'd be
literally,
really.
literally me every day.
I
Oh
love.
my gosh. Pretty queens have it so easy.
Yeah, no. So I love all the UK girls. I love the way they shot the UK show. I like it.
Oh yeah, I think it was much more sensible while still
But
like
I also
presenting a
felt like
narrative.
those girls, they were more like Drag Race season 5 and below,
Right. It
where
was
it
more
wasn't
about
about, they weren't trying to be a meme, they weren't trying to be a GIF, they were all just them, and
it
it
was
wasn't
about
about a
drag.
merch situation.
Yeah.
Like Baga's like most famous merch and GIF is like wasn't even, it was, you could tell that it was not pre-planned. The whole
Hmm.
much better, that was not pre-planned. That was just, it is what it is.
Oh my god. So I am living over this most recent episode of Drag Race. The whole like the Jan face. You know what I'm talking about? The serial killer face. I cannot get enough.
But
There's
it was,
so
I
many
mean, because
memes from
Widow
it.
said it best. Widow said it best. She was like, that part on a horror movie
Right.
where the serial
That
killer
part.
snapped, and I was
That
like, oh
part.
yeah, I love it. And then the thing is I guess because she saw Jan turn around and walk towards them, so only those girls realize how angry Jan must have been. Because Yeah.
Girl, I would have been angry as hell too. Oh my God.
Though I feel like, okay, so for me, that whole episode was weird. Not weird in a bad way. It was like, it was hard to kind of gauge because for me, the best Michelle Visage runway and look was Jackie.
Okay. Yeah, because she did
Jackie
have
was
all the
like,
details. Yeah.
it was the most accurate out of
Right.
everybody. And then I second to that would be Jada. So it's
Okay.
kind of like they were the safe or bottom two queens.
We're
And then
getting
here
into
comes,
we're getting into like storytelling, reality, and edit
yeah,
type
but it was
of
just
like
so
stuff.
like, but if you're, this is what's funny about Drag Race. It's like, you never know when the runway, it counts and when it doesn't. So
Right.
sometimes the runway can save you, and then sometimes the runway doesn't even count. It's just for the sake
Yeah.
of having a runway. It's
Yeah.
really just about the challenge. So I remember when we did what was that? What was that episode? Oh, the sitcom challenge.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Our runway was, it was a bullshit runway. They didn't even need us for runway. It was all about the challenge. So I was there. I was like, bitch, thank God my whole team was saved because I knew I was gonna be at the bottom. I was like, fuck.
Yes. So okay, cute. So obviously, I bet that studio is a lot smaller than it looks too, isn't it?
What?
The Where they film Drag Race. It's been
Oh
kind of
no, it's
recurring.
huge.
Oh, really?
It's a huge space. Yeah.
Okay. Work.
Yeah. She's a big studio.
Okay. Work.
It looks small, but it's big. Hi, Ronnie.
Hi, Ronnie. Looks like Michelle Stay Strong is still in the
I
chat.
love
Hello, Miss
England.
Michelle.
Actually, I might be going back to the UK. So yeah, that's already in the
Girl,
works.
I'm hoping this doesn't
All
last
this
too long.
finishes up so we can finalize that contract. But yeah, I might be going back
Yeah.
to the UK.
Is somebody doing Club Kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay,
love
work.
working with Andrew and the people at Club Kids. They're so good with us.
Mhm.
And mainly like the season 4 tour that we just did, that was, I wish that we had more. Wait, we couldn't have had more because we were being called back because of all this shit. But I wish that it was like a bigger tour where it was longer because we had so much fun. And I was like telling Sharon, I was like, oh my God, none of us are children anymore.
Yeah.
Because well, everybody in that tour was like in their 30s and up. Nobody was like,
Oh, you're like,
but
oh, this is what I'm actually doing for a living now. Work.
yeah, this is like, I called it the old lady brigade because we were all
Oh
like,
yes, come on.
basically, but it was
Do they
fun. We had so
do
much
they have
fun
a
though.
videographer like travel with them?
Not necessarily. Like I wish like a behind the scenes thing. No,
Because that's something that
none of us would have signed up for that considering because we would have to get up early if we were on that bus. Yeah, I didn't have makeup on half the time, so I was like, yeah, no. I didn't put on makeup until I had to get on stage. So I was like, yeah, no, I wasn't gonna do a behind the scenes situation unless like I would have to get up like an hour earlier than everybody else
right.
to get ready.
That's something that I
Yeah, because I
really,
have to like
really, really
shower, do
wanted
my
to
hair, do
do
the makeup. Hmm?
is that's something that I really, really wanted to do is like go on one of these national tours that have these drag entertainers and film like a narrative piece of content or a BTS or something like because I know Voss does
I
them
think that would be a
sometimes.
great idea, but like you gotta get the right tour and the right group of girls.
Right.
Because there's
Okay.
some girls who aren't as lively backstage as they are in front of like the stage.
Or at a meet and greet or something. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's sometimes like in meet and greets, like
It's
as
very
much as
forced.
like it's fun, it's no, it's not boring, but it's taxing. It's a lot of people don't think that a meet and greet takes a lot out of you, but it's like they're expecting this big personality that they saw on television. So they want that in person. They
Years
want
ago.
all that. Like, and if you don't give them that, they feel like they've been cheated. So it's just kind of like, like how many times do I
Yeah.
have to answer, may I call you Jiggly? And I have to be like, yes, mama. but it's just how it is.
Yeah. Okay, well, I would actually love to chat more about that whole videographer thing with you at a later time, but I know both of us are busy people doing our thing, so I'm gonna let you go. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. Thank you
No
so
problem.
much for doing this with me and answering all of
No, you're
my
welcome. Thank you.
precious questions. So once again, everyone, they can find you at Jiggly Caliente official here on
Official.
Instagram. Um, bitch, it's quarantine. Book her cameo for $75, y'all. Give her
No, you
your
don't
life.
know. Oh wait, Ronnie. Okay, one last question. Go ahead, Ronnie. And if it's me, I call you Jiggly. I'm going to come through this phone and slap you. Swear.
What you got, Ronnie? Type it out
Yeah,
quick.
come on, Ronnie.
Um,
We're all anticipating a show here in New York City. Will you be doing a smaller version of it or snippets on live? I might do another. Actually, yeah, I probably will. Yeah,
Okay.
like my one night in Jiggly. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a smaller version of it, like for this. I'm thinking
Okay.
about it.
All right. Cute, cute,
But
cute.
it has to be late at night because it's gonna be a not say not for kids kind of situation. And I don't want my younger fans to watch this. But
um,
yeah, it'd be fun. I don't know. I'll do something.
Go like Miss Jiggly on Facebook. Don't follow her non-existent Twitter account. Please go
Yeah, she
support
doesn't exist anymore. There's no
him.
more Twitter Jiggly.
Do your Venmo and PayPal are Jiggly Caliente? Is that correct?
My Cash App is J Caliente. I don't Venmo. No, I don't do Venmo.
Okay, so
PayPal
I'll make.
is my. It's all. You could go to
Okay,
my page. All that information is there. Thank you guys so much.
thank you, and you have a wonderful rest of your day, Miss Jiggly.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. I loved having Jiggly here. That interview was so sickening. Trademark. And be sure to go follow Jiggly. Her Instagram is Jiggly Caliente Official. Once again, if you wanted to go tip her for being part of this amazing interview, please go to Cash App J Caliente and send her some love there. And we will, what day is it? It is Sunday. Please tune in for our very special guest, Bijou Bentley is going to be here on Tuesday. They have some amazing drags, some amazing opinions, and I'm so excited to go live with them. And it's just going to be a fun, kiki moment. So once again, this is Reid with Sickening Drag Performances. I am the creator, the videographer, the web designer here on this platform. Please follow me at Electric Reid on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Byte, all of the above. Snapchat if you're nasty. I don't know what you're into. Follow me at Electric Reid once again. If you want to follow Sickening Drag Performances, get a lot of really fun drag content, behind the scenes content, and some really good local scene type of stuff. Please follow us on all platforms, Sickening Drag Performances. That's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, as well as Venmo and PayPal. If you want to follow us on Byte and TikTok, it's just Sickening Drag Queens. And thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Please tune in next Tuesday. It's going to be super fun time with Bijou Bentley, and hope to see you guys next time. And let's do this.